Most collegiate stadiums in the country. The home fans will try and get the ship righted after a tough week one. Oregon quarterback Jeremiah Masoli and first-year head coach Chip Kelly hope to get things done in their home opener.
The best place in the country to play. It's the loudest place in the country to play. I'm not sure that Purdue will be ready for it.
The Purdue Boilermakers are seeking revenge for last year's loss to the Ducks. Leading the charge from quarterback U is senior Joey Elliott. Greats Lem Dawson, Bob Greasy, and Drew Brees. Purdue and Oregon, Pac-10 against Big Ten. There'll be 54,000 crazies on hand. Another sellout crowd, of course, at Autzen Stadium. But tonight, it's a little bit less of a celebration and a little bit more of a trial. They want to know what Oregon team's going to show up. The one picked second to Pac-10 Conference, or the one that didn't show up last week in Boise. It's Oregon and Purdue in Eugene. Petros Jeremiah Masoli off game last week. We've seen that before, but we've also seen him bounce back.
Well, everybody in the country knows that Jeremiah Masoli struggled last week in Boise, but can he bounce back? He can if they do the right things with him. He is comfortable running the football. He really has a linebacker mentality. He's got a great arm, but he's not a comfortable pocket passer right now unless he gets those other parts of his game going. But he is a great leader. On the Purdue side, Ralph Bolden is electric. When dawn broke this morning, this guy was the leading rusher in the Big Ten. 200-plus yards against a pretty good Toledo team last week. He's looking to carry the load today for the Boilers.
Yeah, so the Purdue running attack is a known quantity. Oregon's running attack is not. Who's going to fill the gap left by LeGarrette Blount? Of course, that suspension for the season after that ugly incident last week. Mike Leaves will tell us a little bit more about that when we come back to Eugene right after this. Sunset, and what a beautiful day here in Eugene, Oregon. It's Purdue and Oregon right now. Let's go down to the sideline. Once more, Michael Eaves with Oregon coach Chip Kelly. Michael.
But Chip, considering how your offense struggled last week on the road, how important is it for your team tonight to get off to a good start early?
Real important. We want to get some first downs, get on track, and stay on rhythm.
Thanks for the time. Good luck tonight.
Thanks, Mike.
And they always play well here, Barry, as you know, at Autzen Stadium. They've won their last 4 openers here in Eugene.
And there, of course, the new coach, Danny Hope, of the Purdue Boilermakers in his second game, coming off a victory undefeated as the head coach. The Oregon Ducks won the toss, and they will defer to the second half, so the Ducks will kick it away. That man for Purdue, Royce Adams, and this game is underway. And this is going to be Aaron Valentine. Back to the 15 to the 20, gets a little gap across the 25 to the 26-yard line. And they say he was absolutely ready when asked to step in.
Well, a lot of second-string guys, they say, just kind of hang around and don't do what they have to do. But Elliott was into it the whole way, and now he's getting his opportunity.
3 wideouts on first down for the Purdue Boilermakers. Bolden is the running back. They'll put it up on first down. Swing out of the backfield for Bolden. Brought to you by Phillips HD. And the guy to watch there is Jared Zwilling. Came over from the defensive side of the ball. He is their most experienced player. We talked about Ralph Bolden. He's the leading rusher right now, or at least at the beginning of the day, as Petros mentioned, in the Big Ten Conference. 238 yards in his first game a week ago against Toledo. And Elliott checking off. Listen to the crowd. Give to Bolden. Bolden doesn't get much. Stacked up. Once again, presented by Phillips HD. Tukuafu, rather, is the most experienced defensive lineman. The Ducks have had to do some rebuilding. Pasinger, who just made that stop, very active, always around the football. And the secondary experienced at the corners, not so experienced at the safeties. On third down and 8. Elliott straight back, 4-man rush, steps up, throws underneath, incomplete. Chris Summers will do the punting. It'll be Walter Thurman III standing at the 31-yard line. They come after this and they knock the punter down. It's going to be a flag, and Purdue's going to maintain possession. Thurman is dropped at about the 36-yard line, but more than one Oregon Duck ran right into the punter's stomach. Kind of get a break here, as it was not roughing the kicker, but running into the kicker. Taking the play, the ball wound up.
On the defense, number 1. It's a 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
Ball wound up at the 37-yard line.
You're going to see Marvin Johnson coming in on Summers. And he tried to hold him up. That, I believe, is the correct call. That's running into. That is not roughing. That was not a violent hit. Accidentally ran into him and tried to hold him up by his thigh.
this time the Ducks will play run back. Summers hits this really well. Turns it over, drives Thurman all the way back to the 12-yard line. Thurman up the gut, look out, 25 to the 30. Trying to get the outside, does. Finally knocked down from behind, he's across the 40-yard line. Jeremiah Masoli had arguably his toughest game as a collegiate. Remember, this guy, even though he played a lot of games last year, he didn't play all of them. In fact, he did not play against Purdue when they played back in West Lafayette. And the give this time is to Crenshaw. Now pass, I beg your pardon, for Mayo, and it's incomplete. Second down and 10 for the Ducks. And this time the give straight ahead to Crenshaw. Crenshaw driven back after a gain of a couple.
Andre Crenshaw's a back who really has earned the start in the absence of LeGarrette Blount. He is a senior, he's been around a long time. Had a pretty good 2007. When healthy, he's a pretty good player, and he is 100% healthy right now in his senior year. Didn't get a lot of reps last year.
Masoli has to throw under pressure. It's incomplete. High twisting kick. And Valentine makes the catch under pressure and is dropped immediately. Did well just to hold on to that ball. So Purdue will start at the 12-yard line. They go out of the I formation. They ran a lot out of the I last week. There's a pitch to Bolden, right side. Bolden cracked right as he got the line of scrimmage, but does manage to fall forward for about 4 yards. Casey Matthews hanging on for dear life. This time they go out of the gun. Bolden the setback. Second down and 7. Blitz comes. There's a little screen. Flag is down. Carlos on a reception. Big gain across the 30 to the 34-yard line, but let's see about the... So the Boilermakers will walk backward.
On the offense. 5 men in the backfield. 5-yard penalty.
Danny Hope, a guy who came over from Eastern Kentucky as the heir apparent last year. Out of the gun once more. Elliott straight back. Got all day to throw it. Now he throws intercepted. Picked off. And across the 15 to 17, he loses the football. And finally falling on it for the Oregon Ducks. Taking a look here. We'll see.
Here they're going to come right here. Just backing off, showing blitz. And Elliott never saw him. What a great play by Casey Matthews to get up and make that play with those big shoulder pads on.
LaMichael James, the running back for the first time in this game. Just a freshman, he can scoot. And whistles blow, and we might have too much time.
There's no foul on the play. Timeout, Oregon, number 1.
Got the timeout called before. Let's take a look right now at the starting lineups for the Oregon Ducks, brought to you by Phillips HD. Offensively, and it is a makeshift offensive line. They're still getting used to playing with one another. Well, Michael James, you talked about him. He's the freshman. He's a game-breaking type of guy, but he's a freshman. Let's take a look at the Purdue defense, brought to you by Phillips HD. Along the defensive line, it's a strength of this team. Mike Neal, strongest player on the field. Second there are the linebackers. That, if there is a question mark for Purdue, it's there. Very good at the corners, although perhaps their best corner not available tonight. We'll tell you more about that in a moment. This is Masoli on the keep, and Masoli going to be wrapped up short.
He can accelerate, and he can make you miss.
Masoli once again, check with the sidelines. Now back out, plenty of time. Still 21 seconds on the play clock. And they gave it Crenshaw, and Crenshaw bouncing outside, and is caught and wrapped up for a loss. James in the backfield now. 3 wideouts to the left side. On third down, a long 7. Blitz comes. Masoli throws over the middle, knocked down.
His footwork is not really where they need it to be. Let's watch his legs right here. You see his legs kind of come parallel to the line of scrimmage, and he doesn't step into the throw. It was a drop pass, but Masoli just doesn't look comfortable back there in the pocket.
Morgan Flint, 28-yard field goal attempt. Snap placed on its way, and it is good. So Oregon will draw first blood. Kind of a line drive kick, hits at the 18-yard line. Valentine runs up, takes it at about the 12, and is cracked as he gets to the 30-yard line. So at the 30-yard line, Play fake, Elliott throws underneath, catch made by Smith. Smith got room, across midfield, and into Oregon territory at the 48-yard line. Biggest play of the game so far.
Berry in the horseshoe, number 3 USC with a special teams blunder. The snap over the head of punter Billy O'Malley. After the ensuing free kick, it's 15-10 Buckeyes.
So 2 quick first downs now for the Boilermakers. They're at the 25-yard line. Play fake and a quick toss to Valentine on that quick screen, and Valentine can't escape. Out of the I formation this time. Second down and about, call it 8. Golden the tailback. Straight back again goes Elliott. Buys time, steps up, throws, caught at the 11-yard line.
Joey Elliott, the captain of this offense, you see him getting his team right back up to the line of scrimmage. Seems to know exactly what he wants to do. Just started his second game at Purdue as a 5th-year senior.
Out of the shotgun, first and goal from the 9. They gave us to Bolden. Bolden stutter steps, gets to the 5-yard line, pick up a 4. 4 carries 30 yards early in this game for Bolden. Second down and goal, the ball right at the 5-yard line. Elliott under center, they go out of the I formation. And they gave us to Taylor, straight ahead into the end zone. Touchdown, Boilermakers. And Taylor still down in the end zone.
Looks like he took a shot to the leg.
Great blocking up front.
There you see him. It's just a simple isolation play, and the shot did come right on his thigh.
Traffic point is on its way. It's good. It is a 7-3 ball game. Purdue. Wiggs will kick it. Comes forward, strikes is pretty good. It's going to be Thurman at the 3-yard line. Comes right back up the middle. Got a little gap. 30-35 into the open. Flag down. And so is Thurman short of midfield. 2 flags down. I never thought I would see, P, and that is Oregon is last. Count them. Last in 9 Pac-10 offensive categories after a week.
On the receiving team, number 54. 10-yard penalties from the spot of the foul. First down.
Next situation, you look at Chip Kelly's offense. This is one of the most innovative offensive coaches we've seen in a long time in the Pac-10 conference and in the country, and they just haven't been able to find their mojo yet.
Crenshaw lines up in the backfield. Masoli going to throw on first down. Catch is made and slipping the tackle nicely into the open midfield. 45 to the 40-yard line and shoved out of bounds at about the 32-yard line. Biggest play of the game.
That just might be the spark that the Ducks needed. A great track runner. Jameer Holland came from USC and has had some problems learning the playbook and getting out on the football field. But when he knows what he wants to do with the football, you see what he can do.
Gain of 40 on that play. They put it at the 35-yard line. The give this time is to Masoli. He'll get to keep it. Trying to get outside the 25. Does still on his feet. Knocked out of bounds to the 21-yard line. That'll be another Oregon first down.
Not too soon because the people here at Autzen Stadium were getting kind of restless. You start out slow with Mike Bellotti as the coach. That's one thing. But a brand new coach in Chip Kelly, that's a whole new thing.
So they got it first down at the 21-yard line. 2 big plays in a row. Barner is the tailback now. Another freshman. And this is Barner. Barner to right side. Gets around the corner. Gets it down close to the 15-yard line. Gain of about 6. Barner remains in the ballgame. Masoli going to throw. Rolls to his left. Now he has to step up. Steps out of the tackle. Throws. Passes caught this time. And dropped out of bounds. Intended for Jameer Holland. Had it in his hands. Could not hang on. Oregon just has not been able to convert third downs. They were 1 for 10 last week. 0 for 2 today. That's not going to get it done. They're looking at the 3rd and 4 right here. Masoli on a drop play. He's going to get the first down and more. Down to the 5-yard line. Give straight ahead. The Barner Crenshaw got close to the goal line. They get right back up and ready to go all over again. Both these teams can go quick, or they can run up the line of scrimmage and take 25 to 30 seconds. High snap, but it's controlled nicely. Touchdown, Crenshaw.
That's what the Duck faithful want to see. Great job on that drive by Chip Kelly, calming down his quarterback, working the perimeter, and then spreading out that Purdue defense so they could start running the run plays, the zone run plays that really do work for the Oregon Ducks. Crenshaw taking the give, the right read by Masoli, walks into the end zone.
7 plays, 75 yards, took 2 minutes and 7 seconds. So both these teams kind of mirror images of each other. Morgan Flint to try to add the 10th point, give the Ducks a 3-point lead. And he does. Here's the final play.
You're going to see C.E. Kaiser in this situation getting that zone working. Purdue's very spread out. And there he goes, just a straight route to the smaller linebacker, Jason Werner, the former safety. And you see the big lane open up for Andre Crenshaw, and he just walks into the end zone.
Things starting to turn a little bit for the Ducks, but they got to find a way to stop the Boilermakers, which they have not done. This is going to be Adams at the 2-yard line. Gets the 10, the 50 cracked, and down he goes, just across the 15-yard line. Excellent play on special teams. Well, let's take a look at our days in numbers and the most rushing yards in a game in Purdue history. Ralph Bolden last week amongst some heavyweights. So they'll start out of the gun. Bolden remains the running back. Elliott the quarterback. Give to Bolden and nothing doing. Second down and 11. They go into the I formation this time. Bolden the tailback. And the give again is to Bolden, and Bolden is going to be wrapped up. And another big-time play coming off the edge that time.
Will Tukuafu is really the straw that stirs the drink for this Oregon defense. He's the daddy of all these guys. He's on all the watch lists. He's already graduated in poli-sci. Just a fantastic young man and a great play there coming down the line of scrimmage.
Taylor back at the running back spot. 3rd down and 10. Nickel defense for Oregon. Elliott throws, and it's caught. As the defender fell down, Valentine makes the catch. First down, Boilermakers just short of the 40-yard line.
Pass interference on the offense.
Push
Number
off
17.
on the offense.
Penalty is half the distance from the previous spot. 3rd down.
Well, there he is, Valentine. This is going to be a very simple comeback route, and I would say that that is a push-off. Very physical play. That's great in blitz pickup, but you can't do that down the field.
Down with Bolden, the setback. And he gave us to Bolden. Bolden gets a little room and is collared as he gets the 20-yard line. Thurman waits to receive this punt's almost blocked. And a flag is down. Thurman makes the catch and is knocked down as he crosses midfield. We'll see about the flag.
Number 17 of the return team. The penalty is 10 yards from the end of the kick. 1st down.
10-7 ball game. Oregon ahead of the Purdue Boilermakers. Had a very nice drive the last time. Well, Michael James lines up in the backfield with Masoli. Blitz comes on 1st down and no place to go for James. That was a run blitz and very well executed. And now we get whistles.
Ball, false start on the offensive line. 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Number 23, wide receiver for the Oregon Ducks. He's a possession guy, but a guy, whenever you really need a big play, seems to be there.
Well, he's sneaky fast and a long strider, and he's had a slow start in this game, but Jeff Mayle is going to break this game open eventually. You'll see him.
Here's what Michael James on a reverse. Not much. Well played defensively by the Boilermakers. Crenshaw back in at the running back spot now on 3rd down and 14. Masoli straight back in trouble. Down he goes, back at the 23-yard line. First sack of the ball game. It was Gerald Gooden blowing in from the defensive end position.
Gerald Gooden, one-on-one.
Went right around him.
Darian Weems victimized.
And the punt, a low kick headed for Valentine. Comes up, takes it at the 36. Got a little room, and he runs out of room quickly. He's going to be wrapped up and dropped. Sellout crowd there, over 62,000. Corey Sheets, one of the heroes of the day for the Purdue Boilermakers. Good running back, made it in the NFL, playing on the practice squad for the San Francisco 49ers. LeGarrette Blount, though, he came up even bigger. Blount, 12 carries, 132 yards, couple of touchdowns, and this 3-yard run in the second overtime gave Oregon the win. Oregon wins it at West Lafayette in overtime, 32-26. Elliott at quarterback, Bolden the running back, and now we've got a timeout taken by the Purdue Boilermakers with 1 minute and 55 seconds. Again, they go out of the gun. Elliott to throw. Quick pass caught by Valentine. A pickup of about 4 to the 40-yard for the Boilermakers. Again out of the gun. Elliott rolls right, going to put it up. He's got a little room to run if he wants to, and he does. And it closes down quickly. He'll get about 2. They ran that 21 times against Toledo last week. Elliott rolls out. Look out. Throws over the middle. Caught this time. by Smith, and that's going to be a first down. Well executed.
8 receptions against Toledo for 117 yards and a touchdown. A lot of production coming from number 8 for the Boilers.
2 catches for 34 yards today. Again, Elliott going to put it up. Again, he's in trouble. Again, he throws, and the ball's caught, but I think out of bounds. He's the son of a coach. Both his mom and his dad are coaches. His mom's a tennis coach. His dad's a football coach, and he wants to be a coach.
It's a lot of instruction.
I'll tell you. Second down and 10. Short drop this time, and the pass caught by Smith. Steps out of a tackle at the 40, 35, and another first down for Purdue at the 33-yard line of the first 15 minutes of play of what has been a very interesting game. The Oregon Ducks 10, and the Purdue Boilermakers on a West Lafayette, Indiana 7. Here's our eHarmony numbers. The stats brought to you by eHarmony.com. You can see Purdue all over Oregon in the offensive department and moving the ball once again. They have it at the 33-yard line. First down as we start this second period. Trips right formation this time for Purdue. They go out of the gun again. Blitz comes, and a little bubble screen this time. And on the move is Carlos. Carlos going to get it down inside the 20, and another first down. Right call at the right time. 7 of 11 for 80 yards now for Joey Elliott, who's doing a brilliant job. Give it straight ahead. This time and breaking into the open. You said he was going to do this, and into the end zone for a touchdown goes Bolden.
This kid's pretty confident running the football. He's going to be a big star in the Big Ten this year.
Yeah, he's been nicked up a little bit. This is really the first season that he's really played healthy. Even going back to his high school senior year, he had a knee injury.
Look at the center right here. Just take command of this situation and get down the field, sealing off Spencer Pasinger right there and leaving things opened up for Ralph Bolden. Downfield blocking on Walt Thurman III, getting in the way.
Kick this time is headed for Barner at the goal line. Barner can cook. Gets back to the 10, to the 15, to the 20. Little gap, and then he is just crushed.
This is a pivotal drive for this Oregon offense and for the young career of Chip Kelly here at Oregon. They have got to find that momentum, that confidence, and got him the touchdown in the first quarter. And it starts with the quarterback, Jeremiah Masoli. He's got to make the correct reads. He's got to be physical when he's going to be physical. And he's got to throw the ball judiciously down the field.
Masoli just 1 of 5. That was the 40-yard pass to Hollins. Masoli going to throw again. A little slant. It's caught for a pickup of about 7. Right now, let's take another look at a fearless prediction presented by Phillips HD. And, well, they call Mike Neal beastly, and they do so with good reason.
Well, he's an absolute beast. That's why. 510-pound bench press, and he thinks he could do more, but he just decided to stop there. An automatic double team and a captain.
Here's Masoli rolling to his left, steps up, throws downfield, has a man, ball's caught by Holland, and a first down for the Oregon Ducks across the 45. Pick up a 15. Now Masoli will do one of those check with me, look at the sideline.
CWM.
Give this time straight ahead.
Here you're going to see Neal. We talked about him drawing a double team, but just look at the lumberjack strength, holding off pretty much every offensive lineman that the Ducks have to be near the tackle.
Barner in the ball game now. There's a pitch to Barner. They try to get him outside, and it's run down beautifully by the Purdue defense. On the stop, Josh McKinley coming over from a safety spot, just not being fooled and not letting Barner get outside him.
And one of these backs for Oregon, they want to use all three, Andre Crenshaw, LaMichael James, and Barner, but one of them's going to have to step up and say, I'm going to be the guy to carry the load. We're watching a live competition that matters.
Straight back to Masoli. Late blitz comes. Bubble screen incomplete. This time the punt that is straight up. Very short kick.
Pac-10 and the Western Athletic Conference, but also, guys, the service academies of Army and Navy will also be in that deal from 2013.
Straight back to pass. Elliott on first down. Going to air it out. Ball might have been hit as he threw. Second down and 10. Bold, or rather, Taylor this time. Nothing doing for Taylor in the middle of the line. Kind of a slot right crowd getting involved now. Elliott rolling out, look out from behind, throws and throws it away. So Chris Summers will punt it away. Thurman stands at the 21, and the line drive kick. Takes a big hop. Thurman runs up, gets it on a big hop. Comes right back, skips over a man. Flag is down again.
He's been talking to his team about habits, discipline, and structure.
On the return team, number 88. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
Oregon was 2 of 16 on third down plays this year. Good punt. He's going to drive Valentine all the way back to his own 35-yard line. Slips the first man. Now he'll try to get to the outside. Can't do it. Drop the 40-yard line. So a very good punt.
You know, if you continue to dwell on the past and continue to think about mistakes that we made last Thursday night in Boise, you know, then you're not doing yourself justice. You know, we need to move on as a team. We need to correct the mistakes that we made last week and then get ready to play a really good Purdue team. But if we continue to think about what happened in the past, you know, there's a statement, I think, by one of the philosophers, Santayana, that says if you don't learn from history, you're doomed to repeat it. So, you know, we're going to learn from our mistakes last week, and then we're going to move on.
Well, they tried not to repeat it, but alas. Boilermakers at the 40-yard line. Quick toss and grab this time. Smith was 3 yards short of the first down, so it's second down and 3. And he gave us the Bolden, and Bolden is wrapped up right now. An empty backfield here, so 5 receivers, 3 to the right side, 2 to the left side, third down and 2. The Ducks show blitz. And they come with the blitz off the edge, and the pass is incomplete. Good job that time by Oregon defensively. Forced Elliott to throw it earlier than he would have liked to.
Bryson Littlejohn, you're going to see him coming right up here, flying in on Elliott, and just putting a big hit on him. Bryson Littlejohn showed up in the spring from Sierra Junior College. He's originally out of Elk Grove, California, and they liked the way he looked right away. A very stout 6'1", 230-pound junior.
So Thurman to receive this punt. They try to kick away from him. He runs over, handles it about the 13-yard line, but he's surrounded. He steps out of bounds.
On the offense, number 77. It's a 5-yard penalty. First down.
Time for a game summary brought to you by DirecTV. Bolden of Purdue, 64 rushing yards, coming off a 234-yard game last week. Oregon has rushed for only 43 yards, and one of them was a big run by Masoli. So really, they are pretty much dead in the water despite 138 yards. They had a couple of big plays. This time the give is Masoli on the keeper. Masoli's going to turn it into a huge gain across the 45 to the 47-yard line. Pick up a 34.
Jeremiah Masoli. And here you go. C.E. Kaiser once again doing a great job walling off the smaller Werner, who's had a good game. And Masoli just running through that giant yawning hole. A great job, but they got to get the tailbacks going.
Haven't had them going at all, and still don't, as Crenshaw gets the carry here, rather Barner gets the carry here.
Really getting guys going. We need to see for Oregon the tailback competition materialize on the field right now between James and Barner and Crenshaw in the absence of LeGarrette Blount. They got to get going.
And this time the give is to Barner, and Barner's going to get ahead for about 5.
Because whenever they have a negative play offensively, it usually turns into a punt.
And this time the ball snap pops up in the air. Masoli spins out of one tackle and is going to be dragged down back to the 50-yard line, and it's going to be 4th down, and they just can't seem to get it right. Bear turns this punt over, and a fair catch called for and made at the 9-yard line. Talk about who might be the front runners, and things, of course, change at this juncture by the week. Tim Tebow did nothing to hurt his chances today, had 5 touchdown passes.
And one of the great leaders in all of college football, maybe the best we'll ever see in college football. Colt McCoy, fantastic again today. Max Hall of BYU, you got to show him some love for what he did. Jabez Bass and Cal just continues to impress, averaging over 10 yards a carry right now on the year. And look out for Joe McKnight. He's getting pretty sneaky there at USC with all those wacky moves.
But quite honestly, I'm not sure he belongs in that conversation quite yet. He might earn his way into that discussion. But some pretty heavy hitters ahead of him.
We're just keeping an eye there.
All right. Elliott steps up, throws intercepted. It's going to be a touchdown for the Ducks. Picked off by Walter Thurman. I'm not sure Elliott ever saw him. And a 17-yard touchdown for the Oregon Ducks gives them the lead.
Well, Elliott floated that ball out there. Almost baited, it seemed, by Walter Thurman III. And a guy like Walter Thurman III, just to watch him work in the man-to-man situation is a pleasure. One of the best, if not the best corner in the Pac-10. Certainly one of the best in the country. Just jumps right in front of Keith Smith. And that looked easy.
And here's that set that under Mike Bellotti they used to use all the time. I never saw them run out of it. And now they shift and they'll just kick it. This to make it a 17-14 ball game. And it is Oregon 17, Purdue 14.
That's 2 mistakes by Joey Elliott in the first half, but you see the beautiful protection, and ball security is just too important. A nice pocket. He almost threw it out of a rocking chair, but you see that ball floats a little bit, and it really wasn't on Keith Smith to come back to that football. Just too many instincts by Walter Thurman III. Too much experience in the Pac-10 and too much electricity in that body. Really a pleasure to watch is Walt Thurman.
All right, let's go to the sidelines and Michael Eaves. Mike, what do you got?
Yeah, Barry, you know, Walter Thurman almost went to the NFL last season along with the fellow cornerback Jarius Byrd, who did leave. He had 5 interceptions last year. He said he wanted to come back, get his degree. He's going to do that this fall, but also he wanted to improve his draft status. He said he was hampered a little bit by injuries last year, really played through some pain. But Nick Aliotti, the defensive coordinator for Oregon, says this is the kid you hope everyone you coach is like Walter, because you don't have to tell him anything twice. He's a super kid both on and off the field, and he's showing it here tonight.
Yeah, and he has had a little chance to visit with him last season a couple of times. Wonderful kid.
He's a hard worker and a great player, and he's got long arms, just a perfect-looking cornerback, and he'll play at the next level.
High end-over-end kick. This is headed for Adams at the 6-yard line. Make it Valentine, and Valentine will get it back across the 25. The Boilermakers trail by 3, just under 4 minutes remaining in the first half. There's the numbers on Joey Elliott, but those numbers on the right, the 2 picks, the difference in the game right now.
And just judging Joey Elliott's body language, I don't think he's fazed by those interceptions. This seems like a very mentally tough young man at quarterback.
Yeah, had 3 interceptions against Toledo last week, but he also had 3 touchdown passes. Here's a handoff to Bolden, and Bolden gets into the secondary and picks up about 6. Elliott taking a little more time here. Here comes the blitz. Elliott steps up, throws, clear out over the middle. Ball is caught this time for a first down by the tight end Adams. First down. And again, this time straight ahead, Bolden will get about 3, maybe 4 yards. Elliott straight back with time, throws up the middle, catch made by Adams, got room midfield, and down at about the 48-yard line. Took the golf team down there. Wow. This time Elliott rolls out, buys time. Now they'll throw, and it's caught for a first down by Valentine.
Nice poise and patience here, Barry. Look at the footwork of Joey Elliott on that sideline. It's okay to throw the ball late as long as it's on the sidelines and not over the middle. You throw the ball late like that over the middle, sometimes, more often than not, you get picked.
Nice grab by Valentine. Taylor in the ball game now, along with Bolden. And this is going to be Taylor. Remember, this is going to be the fullback, Crank. And he'll get it down to about the 19-yard line.
Jared Crank is just going to slide through here on the hole, and a really nice push. The Purdue offensive line is getting, that is doing the job. And the fullbacks love that, surviving on a touch or 2 a game.
That was about 3 pancakes on that play. Taylor remains the setback. This is Taylor right up the gut, gets about 3.
They're getting a good push, and despite the couple mistakes, the interceptions by Joey Elliott, the offense still seems to have their game plan together. They seem to know exactly what they want to do, and they've done a great job taking the air out of the stadium after the exciting interception return by Walt Thurman III. They've really gotten it together on this drive.
Coming down toward 1 minute remaining in the half now. Ball at the 18-yard line. Elliott straight back. Blitz comes. Throw to the end zone, a little too far. Intended that time for Keith Smith. Blitz comes, all out blitz. Elliott throws, slam, caught at the 5-yard line by Valentine. First down and goal.
Where only Valentine could get it, and Valentine is really starting to show up in the first half of this football game, making a lot of catches, very solid.
Bolden back in the ball game at tailback. This is Bolden straight ahead. He's cracked as he gets to the 3-yard line. Now they got to call a timeout. 25 seconds remaining. And they do, so Purdue will call its second timeout of the first half. Just inside the 4-yard line. Elliott over the middle floats it up. There's a lot of holding going on there, but no flag.
I believe it was for Kyle Adams. You see him coming right to us. And that ball was not going to be caught by anybody, Barry. Absolutely not. I'm really impressed with Purdue's multiple personnel groups in this football game. Bringing in 2 tight ends, 1 tight end, messing around with a fullback a little bit, 3 wide receivers. They're really showing a lot of looks. Look at them.
They're going to go empty this time. On 3rd down and goal. Good play. Elliott, quick toss this time, nothing doing. Jeff Lindsay makes the catch and is driven backward by the Oregon Ducks and the whole left side of the Ducks defense.
Gives you goosebumps every time you see it, and it never gets old. And our fans are probably the most educated fans in college football. They know when to cheer. You know, in every game, people are going to be calling timeouts in the first half. They're going to get delayed games. You know, the young quarterbacks get rattled in this place. It's a no audible zone because it's so loud.
Here's the field goal try, 23-yarder for Wiggs. It is on its way, and it is driven through. And we're going to end the first half tied at 17. A game worthy, I think, of being tied at 17. A game with a lot of ebb and flow. And got to give it up for the Purdue Boilermakers. They made the trip all the way out here from West Lafayette. There was a big question mark about them, as much as there was a big question mark about the Oregon Ducks. And I think both teams stepped up.
Barry, Danny, you said that taking the crowd out of the game would be vital for your team, and you were able to do that with your offense by moving the ball up and down the field.
Maybe some, but I can still hear them. It's awful loud down here, but what a great first half of football. I think we came out and was a little bit disjointed early and settled down some. Hats off to our football team. They've kept fighting the whole way. Excited about the second half coming up.
How about your defense? They've got 17 points, but only really gave up 1 drive for a touchdown.
Well, they've done a great job. It's been a physical game across the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. Very pleased with the play of our defense so far. We've had some guys banged up, had to play some substitutes early in the game, and I thought our guys have really rose to the occasion.
Appreciate the time we've seen in the second half.
Thank you.
Danny Hope said he didn't come 2,000 miles for his team to lay down. They came here to win, and at the half, it's tied at 17-all.
Petros, you look at this game, and for Oregon, from their viewpoint, it's deja vu all over again. Their defense is being asked to do a whole lot.
Yeah, maybe a little bit too much in this situation. The plays on the defense and, of course, the time of possession last week against Boise State and again this week is just humongously lopsided. And offensively for Oregon, they just seem very haphazard right now. Really struggling to find an identity and find a rhythm. We'll see if they can get it in the second half.
And Purdue, on the other hand, does have a pretty good rhythm, really on both sides of the ball.
His message to his team at halftime was pretty simple. He said, we've simply got to finish. We've got to finish the second half. We've got 30 minutes to find out what we're made of. And that's going to start right now, as they will have the ball to start the third quarter. Now, earlier in the night, we told you about the suspension of LeGarrette Blount, offering an opportunity for these young running backs for the Oregon Ducks to step up. There you see the numbers. As Petro said earlier, they need to get into the competition where that's coming out on the field. They haven't done that yet.
All right, here's Thurman. He gets a little gap on the kickoff from the 35 to 40, the 45, across the 45-yard line to the 47. I think our Geico eyes on the quarterback, Jeremiah Masoli. Leads Oregon in rushing right now, but 4 for 10 passing for 95 yards. A little bit misleading because 72 of those yards came on 2 balls.
Well, it's become a very difficult situation right now for Jeremiah Masoli, just trying to find the rhythm, trying to find the comfort zone with his offense.
Here's Masoli going to throws for Mail, makes the catch at about the 47-yard line of Purdue. David Pender defending. It's going to be a gain of about 6.
Well, that's a good sign for Masoli, having Jeff Mail involved. He needs to have some big plays, just like Walter Thurman III has had big plays if Oregon is going to win this football game down the stretch.
So it'll be 2nd down and 4. Crenshaw in at the running back spot now. They played all 3. And here's Masoli on the keeper. Masoli to the short side, flag down. And Masoli gets out of bounds at the 39-yard line. He'll have a first down, but let's see.
Holding on the offense, number 79.
Well,
10-yard
once
penalty,
again,
spot of the foul, 2nd
8
down.
penalties now for 61 yards for the Oregon Ducks. And this is an offense that really runs. When it runs effectively, it runs rhythmically.
They haven't been able to recover in this football game from negative plays. And football is about overcoming adversity on a macro and micro level for this Oregon team.
And a fumble, the ball loose, and let's see a battle for it. Purdue says they have it. No signal from the officials yet. It was a bad exchange between Masoli and Crenshaw, and still no signal. And Purdue has him with a pie. They're not going to get it away from him.
Those 2 interior guys for Purdue just raising absolute bedlam in the Oregon backfield on that play. You already have the tenuous nature of the option where the quarterback could give or keep.
So Elliott brings his team to the line of scrimmage at the 42-yard line of the Oregon Ducks. Each team now with 2 turnovers. Just underway second half. Bolden, the running back. This is Bolden. And he bounces off one man, but he's not going to get much. About 2. This is a double wing formation. Ducks show blitz, then back out of it. Elliott throws underneath. Catch is made by Adams, and that's going to be close to a first down, but about a yard short. And here's a give, and popping it loose, and enough for a first down on the second effort was Bolden. So a first down at the 32-yard line. There's a pitch to Bolden. Bolden trying to get outside, not going to happen. He is wrapped up and thrown back around the 40-yard line. A big loss.
There you see the pitch. And that's Kenny Rowe just doing a good job breaking down and making the tackle on a very jittery running back. Ralph Bolden has a great first move.
Now it's second down and 16. And the crowd gets involved, of course, in these long yardage situations. They come with a blitz this time, and the pass is caught by Smith. And Smith is going to be close to a first down, taking people with him. What a play.
And now you see John Boyette, Talmadge Jackson III just being taken for a ride. Right now, Purdue just wants it more.
Elliott, pump fake. Now he throws it away. Had a man, had Valentine down inside the 10-yard line. You know, more bad news for the Oregon Ducks is that Spencer Pasinger, not in the ballgame right now. He has an injured elbow. We don't know the extent of the injury, but he is not on the field right now. And that really hurts. Second down and 10, and it seems to me there's a little bit of confusion here as to what the play is. Bolden, not quite sure where he's supposed to be. Elliott trying to direct traffic. And here's Elliott. He's got room to run, but he throws for Valentine, and he overthrew him. So that play was busted in about 18 different ways.
Barry, there's a lot of dejected, frustrated, disappointed faces on these Oregon offensive players. Chip Kelly, some of the other offensive coaches just pleading with the guys, saying, you've got to find it. We've got to find your intensity. We've got to come back and win this game. We can't do it if you guys don't play better.
Well put. Third down and 10 now. The big play offensively right here. The ball just inside the 19-yard line. Again, the Ducks show blitz. They give him a handoff. Quick hitter to Bolden. Bolden gets inside the 10-yard line. First down. What a great call.
Watch the tight end, number 85, Kyle Adams, with the block. And you see Bolden. He's playing at a high level. He's picking up blitzes. He's stepping through and just barely does Boyette get him down. This kid is special. This kid is the real deal.
17 carries, 82 yards now for Ralph Bolden. He gives way to Jason Taylor now. The ball at the 8-yard line. First and goal for the Boilermakers. Give it to Taylor, and Taylor angles toward the 5-yard line. He'll be stopped a little bit short. And they give it to the play fake. And now Elliott looking to go the other way, trying to get around. Now he's got a little room. He gets a block. He does. He's at the 10 and goes down right about the line of scrimmage. So Bolden in the backfield. 4-man rush. Elliott throws over the middle. It's caught short of the touchdown by Jeff Lindsay at about the 1-yard line. Now what do you do? They line up in the eye with Bolden the tailback. Crank the fullback. They need a yard. And a pitch to Bolden. Bolden dives into the end zone. He got there for a touchdown, but a flag is down right on the goal line.
To try to work the perimeter after they've been working
foul
the
on the
middle.
play. Touchdown.
Well, there you are. The officials meet, do exactly the right thing. 94 pounds, but he's the hitter as much as he's the hittee.
He's 5'9", so it's all packed in there.
Try for point is up and good, and the Boilermakers have gone out in front by 7. It's Purdue 24 and the Oregon Ducks 17. 8 minutes, 24 seconds remaining, and watch Bolden take a shot and still get in. He has come up huge once again. And here's a little pooch kick. Thurman runs up, takes it at the 25-yard line, and slips to about the 39. Here's another look at the score. Pete?
Well, here comes Jared Crank, number 48 at the fullback position. You're going to see him bear down with that fantastic block right there, and that's what springs the play. And that's Boyette that puts that ridiculous hit.
Too little and too late. Here's Masoli on a screen this time. And that's Holland on the receiving end. And he gets it to about the 46-yard line. A gain of 7. He was knocked around like a pinball. The Oregon offense has just sputtered. This time a give to Crenshaw. Crenshaw tries the left side. Not much. About a yard. It's going to be 3rd and short. This time they come off the edge, and it's Masoli on the keeper going right where the man came from, to the 40, 35, 30, and out of bounds.
They've got to stay on the field and give their defense some rest.
First down at the 30-yard line. The give this time is to Crenshaw again, and Crenshaw gets about 2. Now it's Barner in the backfield with Masoli. 2nd down and 8. Masoli going to throw. Blitz comes. Masoli throws underneath. Almost intercepted.
Started out as a defensive back, moved a running back into fall, and he's expected to recognize blitz, turn, and show Masoli his numbers. It was the right read by Jeremiah Masoli, but Kenyon Barner didn't see it, and the Ducks are lucky that ball didn't get picked.
Now it's 3rd and 8. Masoli straight back again through a screen, and that was well read by the Boilermakers. There was no chance. This crowd getting a little bit impatient with the hometown Ducks.
Used to seeing a lot of offense here, Barry.
That's true. It's on its way, and it is wide right.
Mike and I were just talking. In your new role, have you decided where you want to be during the game, either up in your suite or down here on the field?
Well, I haven't figured it out, to tell you the truth, and it's tough. I was on the field before the game and obviously felt very comfortable there. Had to go up to talk to some boosters and donors before the game, then came back down for this. I don't know. I'm going to play it by ear.
As we see Purdue trying to move the ball here on offense, we talked about the struggles that this Ducks offense had last week against Boise State and somewhat tonight here against Purdue. Seems like the running game, Masoli's moving the ball as a runner, but you really need your running backs to step up.
We do, and it starts at the line of scrimmage. We got to do a better job on both sides. Offensively, sustaining some blocks and giving the running backs a chance to get started. Jeremiah's done a great job and really ran the ball himself. Defensively, we got to get a little bit better pass rush because they're running hard and making some plays.
Always a coach, but he's got some AD jobs as well, guys. A lot of construction on campus, new baseball field, new basketball field, and also an academic learning center.
He's a busy guy, no question about it. The ball is loose, and the Ducks are after it. Nobody still has control of it. Now it's picked up, and going into the end zone for an Oregon touchdown is Javis Lewis. What a break for the Ducks, 26 yards, and the score off the fumble. 2nd defensive touchdown for the Oregon Ducks.
Get the Duck faithful going, and that'll drive Danny Hope, an offensive coordinator for Purdue, Gary Nord, crazy. Interceptions and a fumble where the ball gets kicked out and bounces around. Purdue's offense has played great in this game, but they're not going to be able to overcome this kind of mistakes in this stadium.
So this to tie. And it is up and good, and we're tied at 24. This one never really got started. Elliott couldn't find a handle. It was kicked around. 2 different Oregon Ducks. Finally, Lewis picks it up. 26 yards and a touchdown, and we're tied. Gets the 10, got a little gap, and is stopped as he crossed the 25 to about the 26-yard line. This time Carlos goes to the far side, and Valentine to the near side. Ball at the 25-yard line. Play fake. Elliott can throw. Steps up. Does throw. And it's knocked down and almost intercepted by Michael Clay.
Well, there's a few too many defenders in that area to throw the ball. And 2 wide receivers, Smith and Valentine, in the area.
29 of the last 38 plays, the defense has been on the field. And here's a handoff inside to Bolden. Crowd now really involved. Elliott straight back in trouble, steps away from it, buys some time. Now he's going to run, but all he can do is get out of bounds short of the first down. He took a pretty good shot on the way as well. Be about a yard short of the first down. Chris Summers on to do the punting. He'll be kicking to Thurman. And he drives this one pretty good too. It's going to get Thurman all the way back to about the 15-yard line. Juggles it, now he gets going. Tried to step to the outside, was 1 man away from really making that into a big run.
Well, we talked about what the Oregon defense has been able to do to keep them involved in this football game. There's Walter Thurman III with that pick, and then fumbled snap, ball kicks up. There's Lewis to pick it up and take it to the house, playing that rover position that was made famous by Patrick Chung here for so many years at Oregon. Now Javis Lewis picking up where Chung has left off, making big plays.
Masoli going to throw, does. Mail makes the catch. But, you know, we talk about the Oregon offense kind of sputtering.
Well, they've only had 4 plays that have allotted for most of their yardage. 128, 36 other plays, only 85 yards. The Oregon offense, I guess, haphazard, sputtering, stop and start, lack of identity, lack of rhythm. That's how you describe it right now. Let's see where they can get going here. They've got some momentum that their defense has given them.
Gain of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and 6. James is the running back now. And this is James, and James pops it, tries to get to the outside and have a first down across the 40 to the 41-yard line. He's got quick feet, I'll say that. Keon Brown on the stop for the Boilermaker.
James is just a freshman, 5'9", 180 pounds, Texarkana, Texas. Last week, only 2 carries, but somebody's got to step up.
Well, here he is coming the other way. Now he cuts it back up the middle and picks up about 7 more. And Jason Warner makes the stop. Very quick off the ball is the freshman LaMichael James. 2 carries for 15 yards the last 2 plays. 2nd down and 4. Masoli going to throw. Has all day to throw. Now he finds a man. It's caught by Paulson, the tight end, and Paulson has a first down at the 42-yard line of Purdue.
Keep the Purdue defense on their heels. Nice blitz pickup that time by LaMichael James. Not even a blitz. He was blocking Mike Neal, 302 pounds of him.
Here's James again. James stutter step, now tries to bounce at the outside. Stiff arms a man into the open. 30 to the 25 to the 20. Down inside the 15-yard line. Ball pops loose. But I think they're going to say the ground caused it. A pickup of 28 for LaMichael James.
And here is the tailback play that they've been waiting to see in Autzen Stadium. Filling in for LeGarrette Blount. LaMichael James now with about 4 straight very positive plays for the Oregon offense. And you saw the burst of speed he had. Almost outran David Pender there.
Barner in now at the running back spot. The ball at the 15-yard line. Masoli gives to Barner. Barner keeps it himself and takes it to the outside and into the end zone for an Oregon touchdown. And that was about as effective a drive as Oregon has had this season.
Love it at Autzen Stadium. It's because they finally had a tailback step up. If you're going to run option, if you're going to run the quarterback, you have to have another threat in that backfield, and that threat came in the form of LaMichael James on that drive, and a great job by Jeremiah Masoli. We know he can run the ball. Great wherewithal to find the end zone.
6 plays, 72 yards. Took a minute and 48 seconds. James 3 carries for 42 of those yards, and just like that, the Oregon Ducks are in front, 31 to 24. Here's another look.
Well, the option read play, Masoli makes the absolute correct read, and then is able to use a block.
And he put it right in the belly of Barner to start.
Very good job with the ball, almost like Steve DeBerg, and you see the whole left side just suck in and buy the fake to Barner like you were talking about, Barry. Just great fake with the ball. And Barner could have taken him himself too. Seems like there was a pretty good hole for him, but Masoli keeps it, and that's the right read. Uses the block perfectly and takes it to the house.
I think that was Dixon, the tight end, who gave him that block and a key block down at the goal line. And now the crowd is involved. And guess what? What was a beautiful night, 85 degrees in Bali, and it's raining here in Eugene. And I mean not just a little bit.
It's like the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune right now for the Purdue Boilermakers. They played so well in this game, but the turnovers have caught up to them.
Well, it would be Eugene if it didn't rain, would it?
The Ducks have stolen the momentum, and now the weather is cooperating with them.
Pick headed for Valentine at the 6-yard line. Juggles the football. Now he picks it up. Tries to get the outside and gets a little something out of nothing to the 23.
One of the interesting thing is, though, Jeremiah Masoli, very uncomfortable playing in the rain, had a terrible game in the rain against Cal last year in Berkeley.
And I mean, it is pouring. Well, you can tell it is pouring right now. Washington, first win since 07. Hawaii goes to Seattle and beats Washington State. Arizona easy over Northern Arizona. And this game right here showing the Oregon Ducks leading the Purdue Boilermakers 31 to 24. Give straight ahead to pick up of about 5 on first down. A lot of ebb and flow in this game. You can see the leaders changed hands 6 times. You got a couple of ties. Ducks have momentum right now, trying to keep it. Elliott throws a screen underneath. Bolden still on his feet, breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, gets across midfield to the 46-yard line. What an effort by Ralph Bolden.
Great play and just a very explosive back as Ralph Bolden. Very impressive in this game.
Now the rain has subsided just a little bit here. And they gave us to Bolden again. Bolden was really cracked after a gain of about 2. Give the Taylor straight ahead, not much. About a yard. Still a couple of upsets amongst the top 10. Big win for Houston today. And the give, and into the open goes Bolden, and Bolden with a first down and much more to the 27-yard line. Oregon 161 rushing yards, Purdue 125. Comparable numbers. Passing yardage, though, much in favor of Purdue, 198 to 124. But Oregon, 2 defensive touchdowns. Gain of 17 for Bolden on that last play. Now both Bolden and Taylor in the backfield. First down at the 27-yard line. And they give us to Bolden. And Bolden will get about 5. Second down and 5. Elliott going to throw. Has time. Throws. Bolden up the middle. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Boilermakers. 22 yards, and that was a thing of beauty. Really showing it here. He's got about 120 yards rushing. Makes that catch for a 22-yard touchdown. The try for point is blocked. So that will take the edge off of that. Here's the touchdown right over the middle. And Bolden just headed straight for the end zone. James going to be the deep man to receive this kick. First time he's been back there tonight. He'll handle at the 1-yard line. Comes back from 10. And is stopped right as he crossed the 20-yard line. So there was joy, and then there was sadness for the Purdue Boilermakers. Here's the joy.
Well, here's Bolden. He's just going to run a Texas route. That's an old-school play, well delivered right in front of the numbers by Elliott. And Bolden knows exactly what to do. And here you're going to see Clark, and just puts his hand up right at the opportune moment. Trajectory of the ball a little low. And there you see the right hand coming up. And that is number 99, Zach Clark. A hero right now, giving the Ducks a 1-point lead.
Blitz comes, pass complete to Holland, and a great open field tackle that time prevented a really big play. Second down, we'll call it 3. It says 2, but it's really closer to 3. And to give this time is to Bolden, and Bolden around James Crenshaw. I'll get it right. It's one of their 3 running backs, I can tell you that. As I said, numbers very hard to tell, but Crenshaw picks up about 7 yards to about the 39-yard line.
And this is what we were talking about, Barry, when we were talking about competition within the tailback position right now on the field where it counts. LaMichael James step up, and now Andre Crenshaw stepping up.
Masoli pump fake. Now he's going to go downfield. Got Holland right over. He dropped it. That was 6.
Especially with the speed of Jameer Holland, he catches that ball. The electricity he has in his legs. No one was going to catch him. He ran right by David Pender, who bought the fake. And that's the inconsistency that Jameer Holland has shown throughout his career.
And to give this time is to Crenshaw, the right side. Crenshaw is going to get about 2. Third down and 7. Masoli throws a quick screen. Nail makes the catch, has a first down. More almost slipped the final tackle. First down inside the 45-yard line. Chris Carlino hanging on for dear life to save what might have been a touchdown.
Well, we told you Jeff Mayle was going to break this game open in the first half, and he almost pulled it off right there. You saw that long stride. He's pretty fast.
Crenshaw remains the setback. And this is Masoli on the keep, and a blade of grass jumped up and got it. Barry Tompkins, Petros Papadakis. Michael Eaves telling you about it. Here's Masoli on a quick cross, too tall this time. Intended for Holland.
Chip Kelly's talked to us in the past about how he doesn't like playing offense too much in the rain. Well, You're here at Autzen Stadium in Eugene, Oregon. It's going to rain, and they've got to find a comfort zone with this rain. Again, Jeremiah Masoli really struggled in the rain against Cal last year in Berkeley, California.
3rd down and 9. Blitz comes. And Masoli in wholesale retreat. He's dropped all the way back at the 45-yard line by Joe Holland.
Well, Joe Holland was kind of forced into action last year as a freshman and admitted he's a bit confused last year. He doesn't look confused at all on this play, getting his hands on Jeremiah Masoli, and that's not easy to do because Masoli's very shifty. Tried to pull a spin move on him. Great job by Joe Holland sticking with it, watching Masoli's belt buckle and getting it down.
So Barrett comes on to punt, tries to kick it away from Valentine. Valentine calls for a fair catch and makes it at about the 12-yard line. They'll start at the 13-yard line. Painter going to throw, has to unload it, does to the tight end. Adams makes the catch, shakes a tackle, gets a first down, and goes out of bounds at about the 26-yard line. Purdue, 3 touchdowns, a couple of rushes. He's run for almost 120 yards. Oregon, 2 defensive touchdowns, 1 by Thurman, 1 by Lewis. The lead has changed hands 6 times. Inside handoff to Bolden, spins out of 1 tackle and gets something where there really wasn't very much. Got almost 3 yards. It's going to be 2nd down and 7. Blitz off the edge. Elliott throws underneath. And it's incomplete, intended for Adams, who paid
him and his fellow seniors came up with a motto for the entire Purdue program for this season called One Opportunity Now Everyone. They've really kind of lived it. Let's see if they can take advantage of it.
Well, this would be really a hallmark win for them. Coming out here, very tough place to play for a visiting team. They're very much in it. They trail that point. Big play here, 3rd down 7. Elliott rolls to his right, steps up, throws, got a man open, and unable to make the catch was Keith Smith. Defended by Walter Thurman, who I think might have distracted Smith just enough.
He might have. It might have been the crowd noise. Again, Purdue practiced all week talking about Autzen Stadium. They had music pumping into their practice field, crowd noise pumping into their practice field, and this place is, I know from firsthand experience, very disconcerting. And when you make a mistake, ball bounces off your hands like did there for Keith Smith, it can really get you down. That crowd noise really drains you.
So this time the punt by Carson Wiggs. It had been Summers who'd been doing the punting, and it's a short punt. Going to go out of bounds at about the 45-yard line.
Well, we practice at night some to try to make a difference in the time. We practiced last night around the same time the game's going to be played, our time. We practiced from 9 to about 11 o'clock last night. And then we also had big giant speakers brought in and had crowd noise and music. It was blasting right behind the offense. My ears are still ringing right now from the last 2 practices, but we spent time practicing with noise and then obviously practicing in the evening.
Well, James shakes a tackle. Was going to be stopped for loss and instead turns it into +7
for it. LaMichael James or one of these backs to take over the football game, or at least take over that position.
Here comes a blitz. James going the other way. Look out. James stutter steps inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. A big first down. And James has come alive.
You hear the Autzen Stadium crowd, the Duck faithful, responding to the freshman tailback, LaMichael James, and the way he's played in the second half of this football game. The Oregon offense starting to look like Chip Kelly's Oregon offense, and that's because they finally started sustaining blocks like Mike Bellotti told Michael Eaves, and the running backs are running with some fervor.
Barner in now at the running back spot. Pump fake. Masoli going to roll to his right. He had tough room to run. Instead, he finds a wide open receiver, Mail on the sideline, and he's knocked out of bounds at the 23-yard line. He was wide open. 8 minutes, 13 seconds remaining in the game. Masoli on the keeper. Steps out of a tackle. Still on his feet and finally dropped for about a yard loss on the play. Mike Neal stayed with him. Barner remains the running back. He comes in motion. And whistles blown.
Prior to the snap, false start on the offense, number 42. 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Let's see what they do here and how they respond.
Here's Masoli. Now he tries to bounce it outside. He is surrounded and runs out of bounds. So third down now and 19. Masoli gives this time to Barner. Barner got a little gap up the middle at the 10, at the 5, into the end zone. Touchdown Ducks. Probably the biggest play of the ball game.
Now they were concerned about their depth at running back, so they moved Kenyon Barner from a defensive back into the backfield, and that was a fantastic run, and we're seeing that competition now materialize. A great run, great ability to get through and pick through that Purdue defense and score, and Oregon's starting to feel it, starting to step up, starting to understand the importance of this football game.
Flint, the try for point, drives it through. It is a 38-30 Oregon lead. So Beard will kick it off, kicking to Adams and Valentine. Short, high, end-over-end kick. Valentine runs up, takes it at the 18-yard line. Gets a little gap, gets through to the 30.
Yeah, Barry, you're talking about how big that play was. The emotion on this Oregon Ducks sideline went through the roof after that touchdown. Guys were doing flying chest bumps, and I'm not just talking about the players. Scott Frost and some of the other assistant coaches getting in on the flying chest bumps. However, on the other side of the field, those Purdue coaches are going up and down the line, reminding their guys we have plenty of time and plenty of timeouts. It's only an 8-point lead. They can score, get a 2-point conversion, and tie this game up.
Absolutely. Thank you, Michael. That's Michael Eaves on the sideline all night.
And you got some coaches doing chest bumps on the sideline. That means their first team all chest bump.
That's right. Elliott rolls out, rolls into pressure, steps away from it. Now he throws, and the ball's caught for a big game.
I get the feeling that the Oregon Ducks are realizing the importance of this game. I don't want to say this is a must-win situation, but Utah coming in next and a brand new head coach. They've got to step up.
And to give the Bolden nothing doing. Might have lost a yard. Speaking of the Utes, they were at halftime playing at San Jose with the San Jose State Spartans, who were losers last week, 56-3. It's tied at 7 at the half.
It's great.
Second down, 11. Elliott steps up. Now he throws, and it is caught by Valentine. And that's going to be very close to a first down. I believe he got it.
You're going to see him roll up on his own man. That's offensive lineman. That's tough. Zach Jones. But what a great play by Elliott, finding Valentine.
First down at the 42-yard line of the Ducks. And now a flag comes in.
This play is under further review.
Here's the play we're talking about now. Elliott steps up, throws. Yeah, I think it's a good catch.
Well, it's pretty close either way, and it was called a catch on the field, so I'm not sure if they're going to be able to overturn it. There's Valentine.
The feet were in.
Feet were in. Maybe one of the knees was out.
And here's one more look at it.
Elliott showing some athleticism, getting rid of that ball, jumping into the air like Randall Cunningham and delivering it.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands. First down.
Well, the crowd doesn't like it, but I think it's a fair decision. Taylor remains the running back. And now goes in motion. And the blitz comes. And the ball was thrown behind Adams. He wasn't looking for it because Elliott had to unload the ball quickly because they were coming up the middle with a blitz.
I think Purdue needs to get back to Ralph Bolden.
Well, Taylor remains in the ball game. Second and 10. Here's a blitz off the edge. They give it to Taylor, and Taylor will pick up about 3, maybe 4 yards. Third and 7. Bolden, the running back. Elliott straight back, pump fake, now a run. He's got room, he's got a first down more, 30, 25, and goes down inside the 25 at the 24-yard line. Quick decision by Joey Elliott, and the right decision.
Well, he saw the linebacker go with Bolden on the swing pass, and the second he saw that linebacker take off, the hole opened up, and Elliott did a great job. He's pretty nifty with his feet, and he curved it right back in there.
So a first down inside the 25 at the 24-yard line. Elliott going to pass again. Now he has to roll away from pressure. Now he steps up. Now he's going to run. And he slides down at about the 18-yard line. Picked up 21 yards on the last 2 plays. They give him 6 on that play, and it's 2nd and 4. This time they go out of the I formation with Bolden, the tailback. And this is Bolden. He runs into traffic, and then he spins away from one man, but can't spin away from the other. He's going to lose a couple, and again, it's going to be 3rd and long. So what do they call in this situation? 3rd down and 7, as you said, 2-down territory. And the crowd, of course, gets into it. Elliott throws underneath. The pass is caught by Bolden. He's going to be short of the 1st down, I think. Purdue going to call a timeout here with 1 minute and 53 seconds remaining. They're going to need just about a yard. 2 tight ends out of the I formation. They need a yard. The pitch to Taylor. He cuts it back. He'll get the 1st down. Not by a lot, but he'll take it.
Well, everybody was thinking ISO. And they did a great job calling a pitch, spread him out a little bit, and you saw the great thing that Jason Taylor did on that play. Put his foot in the ground and got upfield and got the 1st down. Brilliant play call by Gary North.
Boilermakers need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie. Elliott straight back with time. Now he steps up, runs out of time, and he's wrapped up back at the 19-yard line. 1st sack of the ball game. And it was Blake Ferris and Kenny Rowe who converged on Joey Elliott.
And just a little too comfortable in the pocket that time was Joey Elliott, waiting a little too long.
The ball back at the 18-yard line now. It's going to be 2nd and 15, but significantly they had to use a timeout. So the Boilermakers have only 1 timeout remaining. 1 minute and 21 seconds showing on the clock. They go out of the I formation. Ducks show blitz. They back out of it. Elliott to throw. Throws underneath into the hands of Adams and drops.
At least half of the yardage to make it a manageable 4th down situation. You don't have to get the 1st down here. You just have to get positive yardage.
The ball at the 18-yard line. They need 15 for a 1st down. And they give it straight ahead to Bolden. He doesn't get a lot. Inside the 15 to about the 16. It's going to be 4th down and a long 10. And they're going to use their last time out right here. For Chip Kelly, it has been quite a week, quite a journey. Looking for his 1st win as the head coach at Oregon. Trying to get the Blue Birds off his shoulder.
I tell you what, when he looks back on this football game, win or lose, he's going to think of how great his defense played under all the pressure that they were put under by the offense. 2 touchdowns. Block PAT. They put Oregon in a great position to win when the offense really struggled in the 1st half.
So here's the ball game right here. 38-30. Oregon over Purdue. 1 minute 9 seconds remaining to be played in the game. And they need 11. They got to get to the 3-yard line. They go out of the gun. And they try reverse, and they're going to pass it into the end zone. Touchdown! Touchdown to Aaron Valentine! And there is a play. Keith Smith took it on what looked like it was going to be a reverse, threw it into the end zone. Valentine, a leaping catch for the score from 15 yards out. And it ain't over yet. They still need 2.
And silence is golden right now to call this play. I'm glad I didn't try to predict what Purdue was going to run because I didn't see that coming. An end around and then a throw, and Valentine, who's been pretty clutch all game. Let's see what Purdue has planned in their playbook for the 2-point conversion.
They're going to go out of the I formation. Bolden the tailback. He'll line up behind Jared Crank. 2 tight ends. Power formation. Smith comes in motion. Elliott rolls out. Looks to the end zone. Throws to the back of the end zone. Adams makes the catch. No catch. There is no force-out rule, and even though Adams caught the ball, he was out of bounds, and the Ducks lead it by 2 with 1 minute and 1 second remaining.
Elliott showed good patience, but maybe a little too much patience, waiting for Kyle Adams to come open, and it just 1 step too late. Adams making that catch, seemingly out of bounds.
Coaching staff all on the field. Here's another look at it.
Really floats it up there and drops it in.
But clearly, I'm certain his foot was out of bounds. Now, in years past, that could have been considered a force out. Let's take another look at it here.
He's got the ball secured, and there it is. You see the left toes come down clearly out of bounds. Great call by the officials. Great look by the guys in the truck. And Oregon holds on once again by the skin of their teeth because of their defense. Their defense has bailed them out in this football game all the way through.
Here's another look at it.
Really floating it up there. The Oregon secondary does not give up on the play. John Boyette forcing him out, and there's Chip Kelly tasting that win.
But let's go back to a game earlier today between Central Michigan and Michigan State. With less time than this, Central Michigan missed a two-point conversion try, tried an onside kick, got the onside kick, kicked a field goal, but that was no good. But a penalty allowed them a second chance. They kicked a field goal, won the game. So stranger things have happened. And
Absolutely,
they happened only hours ago. There is the kick. It's in the air, and I don't know. Let's see who got it. The Ducks got it. The official signaled that the Ducks had it. Now there's a scramble, but I'm quite sure this decision will stay, and yes, it will be Oregon ball.
The Oregon coaches are quick to come out on the field and get their guys back onto the sideline. Emotions running high in a hands team situation.
And Purdue jumping up and down saying, we have it, we have it. The officials are still saying it's Oregon ball.
See Chip Kelly talking to Keith Smith a little bit. With the frustration of Danny Hope.
Yeah, tough loss for Danny Hope.
His team came here, they were not afraid. They played with a lot of courage. They showed a lot of good things. I think Ralph Bolden is a star. Joey Elliott is a fitting captain offensively for this Purdue team, but ultimately blocked PAT and 2 defensive touchdowns by the Ducks. That's tough to overcome in this place. Almost impossible.
So Masoli will just take a knee. Purdue cannot stop the clock again. Masoli going to have to do this one more time. And a little woofing going on. Of course, Oregon wants no part of that based on the incidents of last week up in Boise.
But LaMichael James, Andre Crenshaw, and Kenyon Barner with that last touchdown. A really great job by the Oregon backs to step up in the second half.
So that's going to do it. Oregon's going to escape here with a 38-36 win. A tough loss, to be sure, for the Purdue Boilermakers. The 2 coaches at the center of the field meet. 2 first-year coaches. And you know we're going to hear a lot more from both these guys. They are both very, very astute on the offensive side of the football.
And Chip Kelly has got to feel like a 200-ton weight has been lifted off his shoulders, getting a victory here in Autzen Stadium. His first victory as head coach for the Ducks.
All right, let's take it out of the field. Michael Eaves. Michael.
All right, guys, thanks a lot, Chip. Emotional week, to say the least. Can you describe your emotions getting your first win as a head coach, and also for your team to be able to come back and win this game here at home?
I'm just excited, and it shows what this team's all about. You know, our kids fought back. We played a lot of young players today. Kenyon Barner just made a great play kind of there to finish it. We had a lot of freshmen playing on defense. Purdue is a heck of a football team. Danny Hope does a great job with them. You know, we're just happy to get one.
How about the effort of your defense tonight? 2 times they return a turnover for a score to keep you in the game, and then enable your offense later to be able to get that rhythm and start that running game.
Awesome, and that's it. You know, our defense, you know, they scored twice on defense today. You know, all I know is we talk about all the time, when Walter Thurman scores a touchdown, we're undefeated. So I felt pretty good when he took that first one back.
And how about the biggest play of the game, that 2-point conversion defense?
That was a great job. You know, they had a good play called. You know, fortunately he was out of bounds. So
congratulations, Chip, on your first win.
All right, thanks.
Go celebrate with style. These fans here really excited as Purdue comes 2 points short of upsetting Oregon here at Autzen Stadium. 38-36 was the final. Came down to the wire. We're coming back with more at Autzen Stadium.